Hey y'all, this is Caleb down here at the Gold Cove. I'm gonna check up on Jeff and see what he's doing. I think he's got an interesting video tuned up for y'all, so stay till the end to find out what is going on.
What's going on, guys? Right now I'm just going through some silver eagles just to kind of find which ones need to look nicer. Now you guys might be very confused at what I'm saying here, but there is a mythical kind of magical thing in the coin business or silver business. It's called dipping coins. And a lot of people frown upon it, but we at the Gold Cove are kind of fans of dipping coins. And now if you look here, I've picked out a couple coins and they are toned, tarnished. And what this dipping will do is it will pretty much make it blast white if it works correctly. Now, not always does it work correctly. We're gonna try it with these coins here. I'm sure some of these are not gonna turn out perfect, which, you know, big deal. But yeah, coin dipping is controversial because it really alters the surface of a coin, the original surface of a coin. What it does is pretty much sulfuric acid. You dip the coin in there and it pulls off a really thin top layer of the coin. And so usually it makes it blast white, more luster. Yeah, it's very, very controversial. So we'll see how this video does. Right now we're gonna go ahead and go dip these coins. So.
All right, let's go dip them. So Jeff, have you ever heard of the term whizzed?
Whizzed, yes I have. Whizzed is where you make a coin look better than what it is.
And so whizzed, they sometimes put it on a label of a grade, is that correct?
They do, yeah. So whizzed, I probably should give you a better definition. Whizzed is basically altering a coin to make it look nicer than it really is. So it's usually like sandblasted, or like they have a high-speed sanding wheel that makes it, you know, look real nice. But we're gonna dip some coins, so let's go see. So right here, we're in the laboratory. This is what we use, E-Zest coin cleaner. And I'm probably gonna get a, I hope OSHA's not watching. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the dirtiest one here, which is this one probably right here. It's nice and dark. And we're gonna dip it and we're gonna see how it comes out. So I always like to have the water running. So you dip it in there. I like to have it in there for 10 seconds. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're gonna run that through the water. And so as you guys can see, it's not perfect. And this is the problem with some coins, is that they never come out perfect, but they do come out a little bit better, a little bit whiter. So we're gonna move on to the next coin here, which is this coin. Hopefully this coin will come out nice and be white. Let's take a look. We're gonna dip that in there for 10 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a 10. So now we see that coin come out, and that coin is a lot whiter. It's near pretty much perfect in terms of toning there.
What's the reasoning for running it over water, Jeff?
So if you leave that dip on there, actually this coin will come out as like a matte white. It'll eat away a lot of the surface of the coin, and it'll kind of leave it almost like a corroded look to it.
Okay.
So you got to rinse it underwater, rinse all that residue off, because if you leave it on there, it will change the surface of the coin over time.
Okay.
So yeah, that was 2 coins we dipped. One came out pretty good. One didn't do as well as we would have hoped. And so now people do this with Morgan dollars, you know, any old kind of silver coins, and they do it for the sole purpose of eye appeal. And what they'll do is they'll dip a toned coin that's maybe a little not attractive toning, and it'll come out a nice white. And some people really dislike that because it takes away from the originality of the coin. Some people are like, yeah, let's make the coins look as nice as they possibly can. But here at the Gold Cove, we do dip coins, so that is one thing we do.
Could you dip a Morgan per se, or like an actual coin, if you would, and send it to PCGS or NGC or one of those graders and get a straight grade?
Yes, you can, absolutely. And actually, that's something I have done myself, as thousands of other dealers. And yeah, they can't really tell the difference whether it's dipped or not dipped, for the sole reason it doesn't do any damage. So you can't, you know, you can kind of tell, but you can't deem it damaged if it's been dipped.
All
so,
right.
Yeah.
And I have another question.
Yeah.
So let's say you dip a coin and it comes back as a cleaned, altered coin. Could you re-dip it? And how would that affect the surfaces of the coins.
So you're saying you dipped a coin,
And then you
sent it in, and it came back cleaned / altered.
Yes.
I would say the coin is cleaned and altered no matter if it's been dipped, not dipped. So if you were to dip it again, chances are you're probably going to harm the coin a little more. One thing I didn't really talk about is dipping coins is actually pretty dangerous. If you leave it in there for too long or you don't rinse it, you're really going to affect the surface of the coin. You're going to do some damage, and anybody can kind of tell it at that point.
How come dipping coins is a lot of hush-hush in the coin world or dealers per se?
It's almost like cheating. Like if you have a dirty kind of, let's say you have uncirculated mercury diamond, it's kind of dark and dirty, and you dip it and it becomes blast white again. You know, how is that original? How is that still collector material if it's been altered to look nicer? Now, the one thing that I kind of think about is that it is not altering the surface as much.
Okay. Yeah. It takes away the originality of the coin, right? It takes away the luster, right?
Like you can't dip a coin 10 times and it's going to look the same. After you dip a coin 1 time, maybe 2 times, it'll still have some nice luster. If you go for a 3rd time, 4th time, 5th time, it'll start to eat the way to luster and it'll look really flat. Like there's a term that they call in the coin business, over-dipped. It's an over-dipped coin, and that means it's uncirculated, perfect coin. It's just been dipped so much that the luster's almost gone.
Right.
So,
yeah. Any other pointers you would suggest here at the end? Would you dip coins? Would you...
Dipping bullion is almost the safest thing you can do because it is just bullion. It's just worth the silver value. If you are going to dip a collector coin, you know, do it at your own risk. It is a very risky thing. Sometimes you can dip coins and find out that it's clean underneath the toning, or there's scratches underneath the toning. You can, and so you got to do it at your own risk. You know, you got to. Right. What I like to do is I like to assess a coin before I dip it, because once you dip it, there's no undipping in this scenario. So
right.
Yeah.
Now,
very careful.
would you dip a really nice, attractive tone coin? Let's say a really nice rainbow Morgan or a rainbow eagle or something along those lines. Would you dip one of those?
I personally wouldn't. I like attractive toning more than I like blast white coins. Attractive toning is a bit rare than white coins. So me personally, I'm not dipping, you know, nice toned Morgans. I don't know anybody that really is. But although back in the day they used to dip all the Morgans, whether it had nice toning or not nice toning, and so that was something they did back then, just to make the coins have a blast white eye appeal.
Does toning add or decrease value to the coin?
That's on a piece per piece basis. You know, some, like a dark toned Morgan might be like, ew, it's kind of gross, it's not very nice. And if you come in and you look in our showcase, we might have some nice, like almost, it looks like a rainbow. When they say rainbow toned Morgans, it looks like the rainbow. And so those coins do demand a high premium, although it is subjective. Some people are like, I don't care for the rainbow toners, I just want white, blast white coins. And so that's something people want as well. So, but usually you can't just say toning adds value. It's not as simple as that. Nice toning adds value, bad toning decreases value.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So to sum it all up here, you would say to dip your coins piece by piece, depending on what they look like, right?
I'm not telling anybody to go out there and dip their coins. But what I would say is, if you are willing to dip coins, start with your bullion, you know, make an analysis. You'll kind of like tell over time, you'll kind of get good at it, I guess is what I'm saying. Whether it's dippable or non-dippable, or it's been dipped a bunch of times before and now it's just the way it's going to be forever. But yeah, be careful with dipping coins. It's not something I would go advise you to do. But if you say, hey, I have this coin, I want it to be dipped, I would, you know, on a certain basis, I would say, yeah, go ahead and dip that coin.
All right. Well, thank you, Jeff, for that quick video of you showing us and giving pointers on dipping coins.
Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Come see us at the Gold Cove.